Thank you, Michael. How's everybody doing today? All right, it's good to hear. I have a quick question for you. Does anybody in here have real bad allergy problems? All right, I'm feeling your pain today. So if I have to stop for a second, please excuse me. But I would just like to start by saying that this past year has been an amazing year that I'm truly blessed to have been part of. And even in the past several years serving in 4-H, I've held various leadership positions, club, county, district, and state levels. And in doing so, I've learned that 4-H is the foundation and the key to opportunity. And this past year, I've had the chance to travel each and every one of these counties, as many as I can, going to achievement nights, team retreats, giving presentations, teaching workshops. Even though there's many other things, one of my favorites was probably the baking contest. Got a chance to judge a couple of those, and y'all guys can cook a whole lot better than I can. But with this, I've seen firsthand there's no limit to what you can do in 4-H. There's always going to be an open door. There's also going to be doors that are closed and locked tight. But there's always a key. And if you're in this room today, you have that key. The choice is yours. You can either stand outside or you can make the opportunity happen. Now, this is something, it's probably easy to say, but I can tell you firsthand, I've experienced this problem past couple years particularly. I've had a lot of struggles, a lot of challenges. Well, if many of you know me, as long as you know me, I want to do one thing. My plan, set in stone, graduate, come to state, go major in ag engineering, graduate in 4 years, then head out to old College Station, Texas, and get my master's from Texas A&M. That was pretty specific to have when you're 13, 14, 15 years old. Probably a pretty high goal. But I didn't care. I was going to make it happen, no matter what it took. So I started probably 8th, 9th grade. Remember, my very first high school class was algebra. Worked hard all day, every week at it, thinking in state. I'm getting to state. Through high school, I kept working and working. Then, for some reason, I had this crazy idea to say, hey, I'm ready to be at state now. So I kept working, graduated high school a full year early to get there even faster. So I put a lot of time, effort, and work into this. I took SAT, ACT, all kinds of tests, took classes, talked to people, did 4-H, came to state for this and that. I was on my way. But then my first closed door came along. My guidance counselors all but told me I wasn't going to get into state. Due to graduating year early, coming from a smaller school, I didn't have the classes or the opportunities in school organizations that some of the other candidates had at a competitive college like state. Well, my parents would probably attest to this, that when somebody tells me I can't do something, it just makes me want to do it more. So that fueled my fire. I kept on working harder. Senior year came around, got out, filled my application for state, did it perfect. I worked weeks and weeks and weeks on it. Got my resume right, all my information right, my essays, everything. Got to the end of it, found my box for major, opened it up, went straight ag engineering, didn't look at anything else, put a big check in the box beside it, submitted it, and waited. Well, then came a long couple of months. And then finally, one day, got the email, my results from my application, and out of that whole 10-page email, I saw one word: deferred. At that time, it was absolutely the worst word ever seen. I was devastated. All this work, years and effort I've put in to accomplishing my goals, and now the door is going to be slammed in my face like that. I was pretty crushed. But I said, I've been working this hard, this long, I'm going to make this happen. So I kept on working, talked to everybody I knew, my counselors, my family, my friends, alumni, everybody. And through this, I was put in contact, I was put in contact with a professor at state. I called him one day, and he just so happened to call me back when I was on my way out the door to go to school. As bad as I had to be late for school, I took the phone call. After talking to him for about 35 minutes, I knew that I was heading down the wrong path. I confidently changed my major to Ag Science, which is where I am today, and then kept on working, took my ACT, took classes and worked hard, and waited again. Then one night, which I'm probably say it's the only time my parents were ever be excited to be woken up by me at 1:30 in the morning, I got an email that said I had been accepted in NC State. Could not have been more excited. Thank you. But, so I decided I was going to come up here. I just finished my freshman year. But a few months ago, I started to look at it a little bit different. I was so excited, ecstatic. I was at my dream school that I've been wanting to be at since I was 10. I had everything straight, a place to stay. I came up here excited, thinking, man, I could not be happier. I'm here to live the life I've always wanted to live. But I quickly had a reality check. Raleigh wasn't home. It's not necessarily that I was homesick. I mean, I was home every weekend, especially during deer season. But it just wasn't the same. I couldn't find people to connect with, people to talk to, that have anything to do. And you'll probably take a wild guess by just listening to me talk for a few minutes. Not from a smaller town and more rural area. And when you're up here surrounded by nothing but pavement, what is there to do? I mean, there's not any good fishing holes. But I struggled, and there's some amazing people that helped me through this. My parents helped me more than anybody. Maybe a little bit because they didn't want me home every weekend. But also, I had my 4-H family and friends meeting more and more of amazing 4-Hers like you, traveling across the state. That kept me going, kept me motivated. Also, while at state, I made one of the best decisions I ever have. I gained 21 new family members when I joined Alpha Gamma Rho fraternity. This is something that I never thought of, never considered, but this gave me I really found my niche. These amazing people helped me. They knew what I was going through. Many of them have been in the same spot, and they were able to support me and help me and guide me through this time. I want to thank each and every one of my brothers, but especially two that are here today that helped me, support me, and helped me get through last year and gave me something to look forward to for the apartment this year. It's definitely going to be better. But this kind of goes back a little bit to just because you go to the door, you knock, doesn't open. Maybe you have the wrong key. Maybe you're knocking on the wrong door. Either way, if you keep working hard, stay determined, you're going to find your door. It may be a long hallway, but you'll find it. When you do, like I did when I got into state, you have a great feeling. But sometimes, just because you knock on the door, it opens, and you step in the room, you're not done yet. Sometimes where you need to be is going to be on the other side of the room. And it may be difficult, but if you keep working hard and have the amazing people like I did to support you and help you through it, you'll get there. So, and I can proudly say, I couldn't be happier than where I'm at today. Even though this summer I was glad to come home, there's a little, I hate to admit it, there's a little piece of me that had to leave Raleigh. And overall, it's been a great experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Not even that brand new truck I had picked out or that fish run I've always wanted. Well, no, experience is definitely better. But if you want to help me on either one of those, see me as soon as you can. So, looking back on this amazing experience, a few things stand out to me that I learned personally. I've shared a little bit with you, but I want to summarize and help you find your door of opportunity. When you're looking and living life, there's opportunities all around you. You have to knock on it. You have to take every opportunity, take every open door, but also never pass the closed door. That may be where it's supposed to be, but you never know until you knock. Then, when you find that door and get through it, you've already done a lot of work, because that's what it takes. But just because you already worked so hard and been so determined that long, doesn't mean you're done. You may have to keep on working, cross the room, and get where you want to be. But don't be afraid, and especially don't be afraid to let the people that care for you help you across that room. That's what we're here for. So, after you have a strong foundation in 4-H, and you build your house, it's filled with hallways of nothing but doors and doors on end of opportunity. And then you take this, you've built something beautiful. So it's time to go, run through your halls, find the doors right for you, unlock it, and enjoy. But just when you do reach that spot, never stop. Run down every hallway, knock on every door, and learn as much as you can. And remember, if it feels like you're lost, you're not. Because every hallway leads to another, and you will find your door of opportunity. All right, now, okay. Now I mentioned a little bit that some pretty amazing people, and as three of us I'm sure you're going to be, I'd like for my parents, David and Lee Lawrence, to join me on stage here in a second. If you can go and start making your way to my right around the sound booth. They helped me a lot, but I also have other family members that help me a lot. A few of them are here today. First, I want to thank my brother Clark. We're a little bit apart in age, 12 years to be exact, but we're still pretty close. I don't know if he's more of my third parent, my best friend, or if he's here just to prove that good looks do run in the family. But all in all, he is the best brother that anybody could ever ask for. I'm lucky to have him. Also, there's two more really amazing people here today. Grandma Meyer. Even though when coming home, I never know when I want to see your car parked in the driveway. But I know I'm never disappointed. I enjoy all the Junior Mints, Cowtails, or whatever Med brought me that time. I enjoy our late night conversations we have in front of the TV, and honestly, they never get boring. So it's always a pleasure to see you and spend time with you. Then, Grandma Helen, you've always been very special to me. Growing up, I remember I always loved going to Grandma's. You know, you taught me a lot, from everything from how to cook to how to just knowing what's right. And even though you've always affectionately called me your angel, I think the truth would be that you're my angel that God's given me to get through life. I thank you for that. Now, I'd like to have my parents come up on stage, please. I know you're loving this. And Mama, your picture will be taken. But even though you do more than enough for me, you're on standby 24/7, more than willing to bend over backwards at any time to do anything for me. And Mama, you've always said, when you tell me something, it'll click one day. Even though a lot of stuff still hasn't, I don't know how long that's going to take, but I'm going to say one thing has, and that is I realize how much y'all do for me. Even though no words or actions can put into words my gratitude, I do want to give you this and thank y'all for everything you do. second. Just, we have to get a good picture, dead center of the stage, just for you. So, now you see just a few of the people that are important to me that I've been blessed with. And I hope that this makes you remember, causes you to remember, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, you have opportunity. You have hallways and hallways endless with doors. And no matter what, you will find your door in your house of opportunity. Thank you.
Justin, thank you for sharing with us. We would surely be lost in Raleigh or have no clue about Duck Dynasty had it not been for you. We would have probably not found very good places to eat, and we sure wouldn't have had much fun. You have been a real leader on our team this year, and I know I speak for all of us when I say that we are glad and privileged to have served beside you. You have made us all love the Wolfpack that much more, and we are all much more knowledgeable about sporting events, hunting, and fishing, all because of you. Let's give our State 4-H Council Secretary Treasurer one big round of applause.